What goes on? Thank you for letting us be ourselves. So don't mind me if I repeat myself. These simple lines be good for your health. Keep them crime rhymes on the shelf. Live, love life like you just don't care. 5,000 leaders never scared. Raise the noise, it's the moment they feared. Get up, still a beautiful idea. Get up, throw your hands in the air. Get up, you sure know that. Get up.
Start a new calendar, open a fresh diary and get ready to put your big foot forward. It's Friday, we're live, and it's time for the last leg. Tonight on the show, we warm up for a British election. Tune in to the US primaries and try to uncover a masked singer. Plus, we'll be joined by comedians Rosie Jones and Richard Ayoade on the show that always hits the high notes. Welcome to The Last Leg, the show that refers to its legs as the Fantastic Four. With me as always, with the pride of Ashford, Alex Brooker, and the man who looks like he's about to sell you a speedboat in the Barbados, Josh Widdicombe.
In the Barbados? In the Barbados?
In the Barbados.
In the Barbados.
I got Bahamas and Barbados mixed up then. Josh is dressed like this because he's having a midlife crisis. No, it's because he lost a game of pool to me on our New Year's Eve show, and this was his forfeit. He had to dress in his suit.
Yes.
Do we want to see the winning shot in slow motion?
No.
Yes. It is. I mean, not as cool as I thought it looked.
Ditto, mate. So I had to wear this suit that I'd worn to the Plymouth playoff final that is based on the Liverpool 1996 FA Cup final suit.
Yep.
And I thought I'd look like Jamie Redknapp. And I looked like Jack Whitehall's dad.
I just say, we've seen some brave stuff on this show. 3 Paralympics. But if he goes for a piss in the break tonight in trousers that light... You look like you're going to turn up at my door, tell me that Jesus loves me, and ask me if I've committed a sin in a previous life.
I can't decide whether you look like you're on work experience at an estate agent, you're a very proud boy at his mum's second wedding, or you're a high-powered mint cornetto salesman. But you know, it's not about us. It's not all about us tonight. What do you think Josh looks like? That's our poll. What does Josh look...
What a fucking start to the series this is going to be.
I'm waiting for someone to just write in a knob.
That's the poll for tonight. What does Josh look like in that suit? Message us on Instagram.
If that trends, that is the end of Twitter.
Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Facebook, whatever. Use the hashtag JoshLooksLike. You can also send us any questions.
Just regarding the suit, I don't just want, like, a Cabbage Patch doll or stuff like that. Sorry.
You look like you've turned up to the funeral of the Milky Bar Kid. You can also send us any questions you've got about the news. Use the hashtag #IsItOK. Like the hundreds of people who contacted us this week asking one simple question. Kelly Score messaged us on Facebook to say, is it OK that Alex Brooker is Bigfoot on ITV's The Masked Singer? Look.
I mean, it can't be. Like, I wouldn't go on telly dressed as something ridiculous. But look, I know you've been talking about this. I just have to say this straight off.
Yep.
Look at me now. I am sweating.
Yeah.
I am sweating in here and I'm in...
Yeah, that's because you're lying.
Do you really think that I would be able to go in a costume, massive, like, hairy costume? Like, they'd open it up, there wouldn't be anything left. It'd be like the end of the Snowman.
Well, you've got one less finger than last time.
I was in Australia for the past, 6 weeks, so I was getting texts from people, not knowing about The Masked Singer. I just got texts from people saying, is Alex Bigfoot? And I'm like, have you seen our show?
No, I know people on the inside. All I'm saying is I've got it from a friend of a friend, very good source, that they saw Bigfoot coming out of the disabled toilet. I like Bigfoot because obviously it references you. Because Flamingo, that was the other option, Flamingo, but they haven't gone with that. Right, first week, Brooker was on. Brooker was on as Bigfoot, and we're all clear it is Brooker that's Bigfoot, even though he's lying to us, right?
Yeah.
And he sung Moana, You're Welcome, and I texted lots and lots of people, and everyone said, I said, here's the clip, and they all said, that's Alex Brooker, except one person who replied this.
Yep.
Which was,
What? Yep.
I'm not 100% convinced, it's pretty close though, and that person who didn't know it was Brooker was Hilsey. The one person that's known him for 12 years.
Yeah.
I've been texting Brooker throughout.
Yeah.
So there's conversations like this. This was when he did Backstreet Boys. Unbelievable, not me, mate. I think they're framing about you. We have to talk about this week on this week's show. Not me, mate, Kiss.
So also, you told me that you had me in your phone as Han Solo.
This was an exchange that we had. No, not that one. Bloody hell, they're having... Would you go on it? Nah, I'm too highbrow, not sure it'd sit right with my reputation as a satirist. And then, guess who dropped into my DMs? Not for the first time, Alex's mum.
What the fuck?
Right.
I've asked Alex, and I'm convinced it's him on The Masked Singer. I'll ignore the typo. If it's not him, then I don't know my own son. I can't believe he wouldn't tell me. Every mannerism is him.
Well, why the fuck has she sent you a heart at the end of it?
I know, I was a bit annoyed that she scaled it down from the normal 3 hearts, but there we go. And I've replied to that with, it's 1000% him, and guess what she's replied to that? He's a shite. Hope you're all well. He forgets he bounces around like a kangaroo when he's excited. And then the cuddles, he cuddles everyone. It's you, mate. It's you. Can I do one more piece of evidence?
One more piece of evidence, yep.
I asked Brooker about the £1 million drop.
Yep.
There was a clue that was this. The clue was £1 million drop. Not me, mate. Never been on it. Next picture, please. It's me and him on the £1 million drop.
It slipped from my mind.
It slipped from your mind?
And look, if you haven't seen the show, here is a clip of Bigfoot in action. You decide.
Well, I'll tell you what. All I'm saying...
Yeah.
How can you watch that and think it's me? It's clearly one of the Backstreet Boys in it. That is Nick Carter.
Well, can I just say, one person replied to my Instagram saying it was Alex, and she said that not only is Bigfoot Alex, but they've made Bigfoot look like Alex.
What?
In the face. Let's have the split screen. Let's have the split screen.
Look, can I just say, and look, I don't mean any offence by this, but I have been in Australia for the past 6 to 8 weeks. I haven't really been watching the show or paying that much attention to it, Alex, so I'm sorry for that.
I was glad you were there.
However, I do have some thoughts on who Bigfoot might be. Now, the character is called Bigfoot. He has a dodgy leg, and he said, he's hoping I can knock your sock off, which makes me think the singer has a prosthetic leg, like this guy. Now, in one episode, Bigfoot said he loved nature and even said, hello, hills. So the character could be someone who's friends with me.
Well, that's bollocks.
The songs Bigfoot sang included hits by the Backstreet Boys, Craig David, and Take That. So we know he has bad taste in music. Bigfoot describes himself as a keeper, which is a slang soccer term for a goalkeeper, much like this guy at Soccerade. He said, I feel really loved, Hogwarts and all, was ready to take it to the Maximus, and said it could cost her my place in the competition, which leads me to think it's someone who likes Harry Potter, Gladiator, and Anthony Costa from Blue. And finally, Bigfoot said, I'm friendly as well as furry. More than one member of the panel knows that. They should have a sporting chance of working out who I am, as long as they don't leap to conclusions. You co-hosted The Jump with Davina McCall, who's one of the panel members. I put it to you, Alex Brooker, that based on the evidence before me, you are clearly Bigfoot on The Masked Singer. But, like I said, I've not really been watching.
I mean, you could have just put it in an Instagram post like Colleen Rooney, couldn't you?
All right, let's get into the second biggest story of the week now. Ridwan said, is it OK the Conservatives look to be utterly trounced in the next general election? Now, there will almost certainly be a general election this year, so if you haven't registered to vote, do it now. Yesterday, 2 by-elections were held. Labor romped home in both, overturning big Tory majorities. Keir Starmer responded with a combination of unemotional pragmatism and a slice of laddish relatability.
So I'm very pleased with both of those results. But there is more work to do. There's a long way to go. And as every football fan knows, you don't win the league by a good result in February.
If ever there are the words of an Arsenal fan, he was the same as me. He thought we'd won it last year.
Do you know what you do win in February?
What?
The Masked Singer.
Rishi Sunak responded with his own combination of unemotional pragmatism and political doublespeak.
Midterm by-elections are always difficult for incumbent governments, and the circumstances of these by-elections were, of course, particularly challenging.
Particularly challenging. One of the by-elections took place because Tory MP Peter Bone was recalled by his constituents for bullying a staff member by putting his bare genitals in his face. That is an unwanted bone.
The thing is, I saw the headlines this morning, like, new low for the Tories, and I got excited. Because things are going so bad for them. It could be fucking anything that they're talking about. Like, this time, it was by-elections, but you listened to that story before about Peter Bone. Like, next time, it could be like an MP's been caught, like, sexting a farm animal. I just think, just strap in. Enjoy it.
Which farm animal would that be? Like a Yeti or something? Like...
Not a farm animal.
Rishi Sunak went on to say there is less enthusiasm for Labor at the moment. But if you look at the figures, Labor actually got more votes yesterday in one of those seats than they did in the general election, despite turnout being down by 26%. And look, it had been a rough week for Keir Starmer after he was accused of dithering over whether to withdraw support for Labor's candidate in the upcoming Rochdale by-election for making anti-Semitic comments. Keir Starmer, he's trying hard to be decisive now. A licky boom boom down. Is Keir Starmer nailing it at the moment?
Politics? No. His performance as Piranha in The Masked Singer is fucking...
I think with Keir Starmer, the problem he's got is, because the Tories have done so badly, basically, they kind of know that Labour can win the next election by just... basically by saying nothing, by doing nothing.
Yep.
So he's obsessed with fucking playing it safe.
Yep.
He can't commit to anything. He's just obsessed with playing it safe. Like, I can imagine now, he doesn't even walk with scissors, let alone run. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can imagine Keir Starmer at the moment goes into Subway and just asks for butter on it.
The Conservatives jumped on his indecisions by releasing this racy tweet this week. It says, "The Starmer Sutra is the perfect Valentine's Day gift for the politically promiscuous." When your former leader is Boris Johnson, I don't think you should be calling anyone promiscuous. That's the cock calling the kettle twat. It did give us some idea, though, for some other sexy political works. I've got one here. We've each come up with one. This is Liz Truss's version of 9.5 weeks. It's 45 days. Alex?
Yeah, I've got Boris Johnson's book, The Joy of Exes. So, it's bloody long.
And mine's very simple. It's just Magic Mike, Gove. And I can tell you now, once you've looked at this, you can never unsee it.
I can see the only thing that could have made that sexier was you wearing that suit holding it.
Do you know what? If you look at the sweat on his body, that is what it's like when you take off the outfit of Bigfoot.
No, mate.
Daryl Miller said, is it OK that Rishi Sunak failed to meet his pledge and grow the economy and has instead delivered a rish-session? He also followed up by saying, is it OK that Alex Brooker probably thinks Recession is a sequel to Succession?
Well, like, the word succession means obviously after, so if anything, it'd be a prequel, wouldn't it? Daryl, you wet wipe.
Yeah. It was announced, yeah, I don't think you're Bigfoot, but you might be Grizzly. It was announced yesterday the UK was technically in recession for the last part of 2023, meaning the economy shrank for 2 consecutive quarters. Now, we could mock the Prime Minister for this, but let's take a leaf out of the Tory playbook this week. Let's do our best to find the positives, because this time last year, we celebrated the state of the British economy by holding up a banner that quoted Jeremy Hunt when he said the UK will not enter a technical recession. Well, we're going to keep that positive attitude, and thanks to budget cuts, we're reusing the banner because we are now in a technical recession! But hey, let's keep looking at the bright side. This week, the Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, said low growth is not a surprise. While the Economics Director at the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales said the shallowness of this recession provides comfort. We even thought about putting that on a T-shirt, but it felt more appropriate to put it on this. That's right, we've got a blanket for you. Go on, use that to warm yourselves up. That's right, snuggle under your blanket, look for the silver lining and desperately grasp at those straws, because according to the Chancellor, the UK economy is showing signs of turning a corner. Let's just hope it's onto a main road and not a dark alleyway next to the train station that smells of piss. No, there's not meant to be a sign for this one. There's not meant to be a sign for that last one. Right, fine. All right, let's welcome tonight's guest. She's got a new TV show called Out of Order. He likes things very much in order. Please welcome comedians Rosie Jones and Richard Ayoade. I mean, let's get into the big question of the week. Who do you think is in Bigfoot?
Batman!
Richard?
That was the conclusion of a terrifying courtroom drama.
Well, I mean, do you follow The Masked Singer?
This is a rare night off for me. I am on the trail... What is it? Yes, no.
Are you aware of the show at all?
I know it exists.
OK. Would you ever go on it?
I'm on it now. But I can't... Why is it so secretive? How can you... Could you not just track someone on Google Maps to see if they're filming it? I mean, how...
I never thought of that.
Is it possible that no one cares?
Well, no,
no one knows?
Rosie, would you go on?
I don't think they'll ask me to go on, because I think if I were on, people at home would be like, babe, why does that woolly jumper have cerebral palsy? And the answer would be complications in the loom.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
I've done my joke up and done for the night.
Do you have any predictions for the upcoming year?
Oh, well, last year was shit, wasn't it? And just hoping that it's not even shit. So I'm looking forward to an election, because I think we need fucking change. And we can't get any worse than these bunch of twats.
I'm going to be... Do you know
I don't
what?
feel that's very respectful to your team here.
There was a moment there when you were halfway through that sentence, but because you speak slower than most people, I really had a lot longer to wonder about what that final word was going to be.
Me too. I want to say, shall I say what I want to say? No.
No. Thank you. Now, of course, there is an election coming this year, and we found someone who's willing to predict what's going to happen in that election. Jemima Packington is a fortune teller from Bath who's been in the news recently because she predicts the future by tossing asparagus spears into the air and interpreting how they land.
Get your own act.
She's the world's only asparamancer. She joins us now via Zoom. Hello, Jemima. Can I ask how you developed this talent?
It started when I was quite young.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you eat asparagus with your fingers. You don't use knives and forks.
Right.
And buttery asparagus dropped on the floor. Out came a very precocious remark. I was about 8 or 9 at the time. And my parents sort of sharp intake of breath. And they realised that there was something there because I had an aunt who read tea leaves. So they thought, right, OK, might have skipped a generation. And really, that was the start.
What came out of your mouth? Was it, oh, I'm in shit now?
No one can remember, but it was very precocious, is what I'd say.
What have you seen so far for 2024?
Well, I will tell you now that Keir Starmer won't lead the Labour Party into the next election.
Oh, really? OK.
Christ!
Yeah.
Night of the Long Knives is all I'm going to say there.
Right.
America are heading for a female president.
Yeah.
And lots of other little juicy snippets here and there.
OK. Right.
That is 2 huge calls.
Massive calls. I hope the asparagus is right.
Well, I carry it with me everywhere.
It's got to think, because normally I just use asparagus to predict how my piss is going to smell, but I've got an accumulator for tomorrow. So what are you saying on Fulham Villa?
Oh, don't bet on certs.
OK.
OK.
And so we would like...
Sorry.
We would like you to try to predict this year's UK election. So what we do... Richard, would you mind going over there? We have some asparagus.
Of course.
Yeah. We're going to ask Richard to tip the box of asparagus up. Mike, is the cameraman, is going to film it. And then Jemima is going to read the asparagus and tell us what it tells us about the election.
Obviously.
Yeah. Korea.
Any heights?
Oh, any height, Jemima?
No, just as it comes. Just
As it comes.
As it comes.
Yeah,
OK. All right.
Oh, sorry.
So, but...
No, what a mess. And basically, that's what's going to happen with the next election. It's going to be a real mess. We're going to have the third Reform Party sort of throwing their oar in everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Keir Starmer, as I say, is out. Very few people will survive from the current governing party.
Yeah.
And we shall await events with interest.
OK. All right. Have we got... Can we do another one? Richard, would you... Oh, no,
Yeah,
would you...
please.
What do you see?
Well, there's a sense in which you took the formation of that asparagus in very fast. Because the patterns here are suggesting complexities to me that I think it's going to take me several years to unpack.
Oh, well, you haven't had the practice I've had.
That's true. That's true.
All right, Richard, let's do one more. Can
Okay.
you clear those asparagus away for us, please?
Unbelievable.
Don't throw them away because you can eat them afterwards.
It's fine. I've never been in such a passive-aggressive environment as this.
All right, so we're going to predict who is going to win the Masked Singer. Go, Richard. Oh.
Well, I can see a letter A there.
Oh! That must happen a lot with asparagus.
I can see a letter A.
Have you ever seen
and
a letter
I think
S?
don't play poker with Mr. Brooker. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh! I mean,
Yeah.
is that because
My
of
hands
the...
are dangerous, mate.
Jemima, thank you. We'll have more Last League for you after the break as we look ahead to the US elections. Plus, we want to know, what do you think Josh looks like in that suit? Message us at the Last League. Use the hashtag #JoshLooksLike. We'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back to Last Leg. We're joined by Rosie Jones and Richard Ayoade. We've had a whole bunch of tweets like this one from Rob. Is it okay for Josh and Alex to swap seats? It's a bit like Ant and Dec standing the wrong way round. Everything seems unbalanced. There is a reason they're in different seats.
For the first time that's been said about this show.
So I slept funny and I've got a bad neck, so I can't turn to the left. Genuinely. So I'm sitting here because I can't... If I sat there, what?
But you're on a swivel chair.
Oh, yeah. Just have a go at the disabled guy. Cheers. Let's move on. I don't know if you learned any lessons from the Paralympics, Alex.
That's why you're dressed like a reactionary.
Now, as the US election looms later in the year, you might be wondering what the tone of American politics is like right now. Check out this remarkable clip. It's Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was asked this week about David Cameron's assertion that blocking aid to Ukraine was similar to appeasing Hitler. This was her response.
He likened you to an appeaser to Hitler in not voting through funding for Ukraine. Are you an appeaser for Putin?
I think that I really don't care what David Cameron has to say. I think that's rude name-calling, and I don't appreciate that type of language. And David Cameron needs to worry about his own country, and frankly, he can kiss my ass.
How do you... I don't appreciate that kind of language, and he can kiss my ass. Do you know what's weird? I got weirdly defensive of David Cameron watching that.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, hey, he's our asshole. Someone called A. Fessett said, is it okay that Donald Trump is on the return while waiting for the results of his civil fraud trial? So Donald Trump, currently facing 91 felony counts in 4 different trials. A date was set this week for his trial over the alleged payments of hush money to porn star Stormy Daniels. His attorney argued the date was unfair because it means Trump can't prepare for his other trial. Trump himself later said, how can I run an election campaign if I'm in court all day? And then just today, he's been ordered to pay $350 million in a fraud case, and he's banned from doing business in New York for 3 years. How do we feel about the possibility of Donald Trump becoming president again?
I think of it a bit like the idea of me losing another foot. Like, I don't think it would be good, but it would give us a lot more to talk about on here.
And look, the US election seems to be... What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the election?
On the... well, they'll have one. There's nothing we can do about it. The asparagus has spoken.
It seems to be a choice between a doddery old man whose memory is fading and another doddery old man whose memory is fading but might be a fascist. And as far as I'm concerned, the last thing you want is a doddery fascist, because he'll invade another country, then stop and go, oh, why did I come in here? Yeah. Let's be honest, both of them are terrible, and they're really only got this far because no one decent has gone up against them. Much like Bigfoot on The Masked Singer.
Why's the camera just gone on me?
Are you saying you like your fascists robust?
Damn right! Fascists that know what he's doing.
I want them going in, full of muscle, killing everyone.
I don't want them losing focus halfway through.
Exactly. If you're going to desecrate a nation, at least have staying power.
Rosie?
I'm not worried because they're very clever vegetable lady told us that we'll have a lady president. So go on, I'll do it.
Darren said, is it okay for Taylor Swift to endorse Joe Biden? Now, she hasn't yet, but ever since Taylor Swift appeared on the cover of Time magazine, there's been a conspiracy theory that it's all part of a deep state plan to get Joe Biden re-elected. Now, the theory says that Taylor Swift is a White House plant, her relationship with American footballer Travis Kelce is all part of the plan, and it culminated with his team winning the Super Bowl last weekend while she watched on. Is Taylor Swift a deep state plant?
Well, I wouldn't have previously thought so, but in recent weeks I've realised you can't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Even the people who are closest to you will lie to your face and break not just your heart, but their own mum's heart, who thinks they are, to quote, a shite.
I love the way you're quizzing me like a solicitor.
Yes. You do look like the office support for a bungling spy.
By the way, Taylor Swift's appearance at the Super Bowl made it the most watched US TV show since the moon landing.
You can't establish causation.
Rosie, were you watching?
Yeah, so I really like Taylor, and I think the conspiracy theory is all bullshit. I don't know if it's true love, but what I see is just really two hot people going, you're hot and rich, I'm hot and rich, shall we be hot and rich together? It's a no-brainer, and that is what I said to Margot Robbie. So far, no reply.
Turns out just having Taylor Swift in the audience can actually lift your ratings, and I can reveal to you right now she may be appearing at the end of our show tonight. I know, to sing an uplifting song for Rishi Sunak. Very exciting. Of course, while all this is going on, the Russian election takes place in March. I'm going to use these asparagus sticks to predict the winner of this year's Russian election. You ready? Putin. I mean, let's be honest, the whole thing's rigged and the arsehole's going to win. Much like Bigfoot on The Masked Singer. Look, let's get into something lighter now. Another thing coming up this year that we're very excited about, new TV show for our very own Rosie Jones. Tell us about it, Rosie.
So it's called Out of Order, and it does what it says on the bloody tin. We got loads of lovely comedians and some regulars, and we got to order them on who's had the most one-night stands, who's been fired the most. We're learning a lot about the people.
And we've got a little trailer for it.
Comedy Central brings you a brand new game show.
I'm Rosie Jones. Welcome to Out of Order.
We ask Rosie's regulars a question.
What are we looking at? Who looks the loneliest?
Judge for yourself. Join Rosie Jones and her celebrity friends as they find who's
Out of Order.
So we're going to play our own version right now. Rosie is going to ask the questions. Richard has to rank us from highest to lowest. Highest to lowest.
You're the highest.
You're catching on.
Yep.
Rosie, what's the first question?
So first of all, who's got the highest Uber rating? So basically, who's thrown up in a taxi the least?
OK, who's got the highest? You've got the lowest.
What? I've got the lowest?
Yes, so stay where you are.
Lowest.
Why have I got the lowest?
I don't know. You've probably left all your oranges for your man from Del Monte campaign. You've got the highest, and you're in the middle.
So you were leaving it as is.
Yes, I just didn't want to have to move them.
Richard, you're a very lazy man.
Thank you.
Well, let's see if you're right or you're out of order.
Oh,
You got fuck all right! Who
are you, my mother?
Adam is there.
Lowest.
He doesn't have Uber.
I don't have Uber.
Oh, come on.
He's a very rich boy.
No, I just support the cabs.
Sure. And then Josh 4.65 and Bigfoot 4.75.
I'm great about.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Now, one more question. Who has the most toes?
The most toes.
The most, least to most.
Well, I hope this isn't another trick question. Please feel free. Most toes. I'm going to let the asparagus... Yeah, move up one.
Yeah. Alex, nice swap.
Okay, but what counts as like a toe? Because is it like... Because like,
we're calling this a toe.
How many nails? Is it how many nails, or is it how many, like, bones?
Sorry, Alex, are you stoned?
No, have you got more
I've
nails
got to say,
than toes?
the music actually ran out then.
Have you got more nails than toes?
No, we don't have
Okay.
that.
Song, head, shoulders, more nails than toes.
Let's see if you're right or you're out of order.
OK. I shouldn't be that pleased you have fewer toes.
Alex,
feel right.
how many?
Yes, you've got fewer toes. There's something not right about celebrating it.
How many nails do you have?
5 nails. So it's technically, would that be 5 toes? But I've got, like, 3 of them are, like, kind of in one little house together.
No.
So that's 3 toes.
Fuck it, that doesn't count.
Okay.
It's basically 4, 5 and 10, I think is what
4,
we're saying.
5,
Winner!
We'll have more of those things for you after the break. We're going to check out A Virgin Birth in Nature, and we want to know what do you think Josh looks like in that suit. Message us at the last leg. Use the hashtag Josh looks like. See you in a little bit. Welcome back to Last Leg. We're joined by Rosie Jones and Richard Ayoade. Larry said, can we name one of the new TfL lines the Wellingborough and Kingswood line? OK, right. So there's big news for Londoners this week. The city's overground train lines are going to be given their own names. They will be known as the Liberty Line, the Lioness Line, the Mildmay Line, the Suffragette Line, the Weaver Line and the Windrush Line. The plan was either to celebrate famous London institutions or annoy Nigel Farage. I think it possibly did both. All they had to do was add a gender studies line and it would have finished him off. Thoughts?
I'm still not taking the overground. It's too slow.
Stop. This side?
For what purpose is it too slow?
Well, if you live in East London... So...
We've got all night.
The problem is, if you're going from Haggerston, right,
yes,
to Homerton, they're on 2 separate... This is not television.
This is so important. Please help me. You're late for the wedding anyway.
I just don't think the Windrush line... Look, there are so many negative connotations with what's gone on with Windrush.
Yeah.
And I know they're trying to celebrate, but for me, it feels like if I got on the Windrush line, I'd be forced back to where I started. Also, the Suffragette line. How long until that one's stopped by a horse on the tracks? Or do you know what I did love? You remember Jackie Weaver from the Zoom meeting during COVID?
Yeah.
She trended because people thought the Weaver line was named after her. I think if you get on the Weaver line and someone tries to check your ticket, you are allowed to say to them, "You have no authority here." Some London Conservatives said Mayor Sadiq Khan should have sold naming rights to the lines.
Yes, we are skint in this country. We have loads of shit sell the naming rights to everything.
Yeah.
Like, sell the naming rights to, like, landmarks. Imagine, like, Stone Island Henge. get the Druids in. Like, Mini Cheddar's Gorge.
Oh, no.
We've got loads of roads. McDonald's are time. Oh, sorry, love. No, I'm gonna be late. No, I'm stuck in terrible traffic on the Muk 62.
I'm Uncle Ben Nevis.
See?
Yeah. I've got more. Angel Delight of the North. Nando's Extra Hot Fire Service. You can name cities as well. WeBuyAnyCardiff.com.
Oh, this is good stuff. I've got any.
OK.
I have. Loch Ness quick.
Oh, see, I would have thought Yao Loch Ness. Who'd have thought I went for the more boring option than you?
And look, we might only be 2 months into 2024, but we've already had a miracle this year. A stingray in a North Carolina aquarium has become pregnant despite not having any contact with another stingray. It's possibly the first ever immaculate conception in a stingray, but you know what they say, the Lord moves in mysterious rays. According to... Don't
Just
clap
me.
that.
No.
Don't clap it. Good. According to one scientist at the aquarium, the stingray Charlotte hasn't shared a tank of water with a male of her species in at least 8 years.
Which Shaggy has denied that he is the father. I'm going to say that.
I believe we have a photo of the pregnant Charlotte.
Well, I mean, that shark's got some explaining. They're going to listen to that baby's heartbeat and it's going to be... Dun-dun, dun-dun.
Rosie, what do you think?
No, I don't believe it. I think that's a story Charlotte's telling her parents.
Yeah.
But when they go to bed, she's out shagging.
Well, scientists said there's no way it could have been the shark, it was impossible, but that some species do actually produce offspring from unfertilised eggs.
Yeah, that's what she tells you.
We did a bit of digging and we think this photo might show who the father is. We'll have more last week for you after the break. Josh will wrap up the last 7 days. We're going to end the show with a song that may or may not be sung by Taylor Swift. See you in a little bit. Welcome back to Last Leg. We're joined by Rosie Jones and Richard Ayoade. Most of the conversation during the ad break with the audience has been about The Masked Singer and whether Alex is Bigfoot, and it culminated in Josh saying, if he isn't, I will chop off my own penis.
He's always wanted a disability.
You've got a text, though.
Just to be clear, I won't be wearing a cream suit when I do so.
You've got a text, though, from your mum.
Yeah, Mum's not happy with you, mate. She said, OMG, cannot believe Josh put those messages up. I had almost said, oh, what a little fucker. Good job I didn't. I'm suing under data protection.
Also, quick plug, Richard's lovely book, the book that no one wanted to read, children's book, is still in stores.
Yep, no one's bought it.
And another plug for me, I'm going to be at the Bristol Slapstick Comedy Festival this weekend. Get on down, going to be great. Sorry. Yeah. All good. Sorry.
That is good gear. That is good gear.
I'd just like to say, that is not a design flaw with the book. The book is ordinarily safe to read. It's fine.
Before we go, let's have a quick wrap-up of the stories we didn't get to tonight. A sequel to June has been released. It's called July. The Body Shop might be shutting down, which upset Alex until I explained that's not where his prosthetics come from. And scientists in India are confused after finding a frog with a mushroom growing on its leg. Here is the fascinating photo the scientists captured. Josh has been throwing asparagus for the last 7 days.
Very good clip. Bit of slapstick, actually, Adam. Bit of slapstick.
Yep.
Would you like to see a cute kid? Would you like to see a cute kid struggling to work out a water fountain?
Yes, please.
So there he goes in. Oh, it's gone off. It's all right. Turn the eyes. That arm's not strong enough. You'll have to go left-handed. He's left-handed. It's on. Right. And now you just... Oh. So... Not that arm. Try the other one. They're on, and then you just go to fill it up, and it... Oh! So he's pulled the rest out. Now he can... Oh, for God's sake!
All right, very quickly, we asked you what you thought Josh looked like in his white suit. Here are some of the answers. A custard cream. A loose tea salesman from 1870. Adam's accountant. He looks like he should be in Saltburn. Just don't drink the bathwater. But my favourite thing of all is the words Del Monte are trending. We are about to end the show with a Masked Singer tribute to Rishi Sunak. But before we do, would you please thank our guests, Rosie Jones and Richard Ayoade, and my co-hosts, Josh Widdicombe and Alex Brooker. We'll be back next week with comedian Lucy Beaumont, Jonathan Ross from The Masked Singer, and musician Sean Ryder. But right now, we've got our own version of The Masked Singer. Now, we mentioned earlier, it's been a tough week for Rishi Sunak, but there's one thing guaranteed to pick up his spirits. So we've asked someone who may or may not be Taylor Swift to dress as a giant asparagus and give the Prime Minister some advice on how to deal with his current woes. Thanks for watching Last Leg. My name's Adam Hills. We'll see you next week for the next leg.
You fucked up interest rates. That's what people say. Oh, that's what people say. Now the country's in a state. You've been stoking too much hate. That's what people say. Oh, that's what people say. You just keep losing. You're in for a bruising. You have to have this music in your mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the Labour's gonna play. And the haters gonna hate. You just gotta shake. Shake it off. Don't think about the pain. The migrants on a plane. You just gotta shake. Shake it off. Oh, shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Hey, while you've been hanging out with the liars and the dirty cheats of your party, you could have been getting out of Downing Street. Your witch wife wants a brand new life. She's like, oh my God, let's just move to LA. So the fella over there with the hella good hair, he can run the country while you shake. 'Cause Labour's gonna play. The votes are gonna sway. You could be out by May. But shake it off. Just pretend you're gonna slay. And plan your getaway. You just gotta shake. Shake it off.